And there he is. He is going right now. We are underway here at Paul Ricard. He's going to move over to the outside the block for Carlosa. As they're going to go in turn 1. This very fast left-right kank. He's got the optimal line as they go through, and he's going to hold the lead. It looks like they're trying to fan out in the back. Huge bottleneck about 20th place as they're going to go under braking. Carlos is going to take the look on the inside at the chicane. He has the outside, he has the inside, but he's going to have the better part of it as they go into turn 3 St. Braun. He's going to take a look, and he's going to get the power down on the back end of this section of corners, and he's going to take the lead as they're going to go down to the Mistral straight for the first time. They're using the full length of the Mistral straight here, so we're going to see a lot of drafting. Looks like the 32 Rojo got a good run on the 42 Ambrose Milan Ferrari as they're going to go down the first half of this Mistral straight as Carlos is trying to break away at this point. He has about a 10 car length gap on these two independent front runners. Behind him, it is Italiano Fazio holding up the 31 Rosenforth Zonda as they're going down the hard braking at Science. This is turn 5. Looks like they are holding their ground as they're going to go into Beauset and into Bendor, turn 6 and 7, as the 31 Zonda is going to take a look on the 0-2 on the inside. He has the position. He has gone up to 4th. These three have held station so far for this first lap of this 2-hour event, as the 31 is beginning to make up progress on the 32 Rojo Lamborghini as Giovanni Rota is beginning to make up progress on Antonio Fazio. They're going to go under braking for Tour and go to Virage DuPont, which is the last two corners of the track before we reach pit straight. Matteo Rossi is going to take a look on the inside of Carlos. He's going to try and take position back. He got a better exit than the factory Corvette, and he's going to take the lead and lead the first lap here at France. A lot of action early on as we're just one lap in on this 2-hour event as they go down to Verrier for the second time. We're going to look in the background and see Giovanni Rota is trying to take a look on Tony Fazio as they're going into Verrier. Matteo Rossi is trying to make a little bit of a gap, but Carlos is now having none of it. He's going to take a look again at the chicane, turn 2, same move he did last lap. As John Zimmer is going to take a look on the 32 Rojo Lamborghini. He's going to be on the outside for the set of corners, but Carlos is going to make it through on the inside on Matteo Rossi and will try and regain that lead. They're now on the Cole and going down to the Mistral straight there, side by side. Matteo Rossi has the inside. He's going to keep the lead for now. As we're now going down the Mistral straight, Giovanni Rota has gone past Antonio Fazio in the background. And it looks like he's going to try and get past John Zimmer in the factories on the... As we're going up this large crest, looks like Lossa has a bit of a draft going on 42. He's making a little bit of progress. As now Dennis Volwick is all over Antonio Fazio. It looks like that Lamborghini, the Slovak Lamborghini, is just not as good at the initial start of the run. As 26 is going to go around on the outside. Looks like he's going to try and make it happen here at Beauset and then into Bendor. As the 32 changes his mind, he's going to attack the 26 and go on the inside himself. Frankie Von Nijtwerk is going to be on the outside here for Bender, but he's going to try and make it happen anyways. As 26 is going to make a look on the 42 at the same time. 26 has the inside as they go on to Village in the Tour. And 26 does have the lead now. Ricardo Loss is going to attempt to lead lap 2 as now Matteo Rossi is now being under attack by the 32 and the 31. And Giovanni Rota is now going to take a look on John Zimmer as well in the background as they go on to Village DuPont as the 32 is going to take attack on the 42. Did not get as good exit as the 42 did, but it looks like everything's going to be hold station. There's a bit of a chop from the 32 onto the 31 as they pass start finish line now to start lap 3 of this 2-hour event. Looks like Antonio Fazio has been dropping backwards since the start. He gets real crazy sideways on that very turn 1. He's managed to keep together. 42 is going to take a look again on turn 1. Turn 1 of the chicane. He's got the inside for the second part of it as they're taking this right-hander now. He's going to make that move stick as the 26 is going to drop back a little bit, see if he's going to make it happen at the end of the Mistral straight. As the 32 has kept third, 31 Zonda has 4th. Giovanni Rota is 5th. As we're going to go on board from the Air Racing Corvettes, representative is Adrian Rojo Fernandez. So he got completely just bobbled up by the 5, the 73, and he's going to lose a bunch of positions. There goes the 62s on the other factories, on the Matthias Keller Ferrari in the background. As they're trying to just keep it together, keep it clean here. There was quite a bit of bottleneck. He's going to get the inside lane past the 5 and the 39. As the 5's going to go on the outside, try and pass the 62 again. This is some crazy action we were seeing in the midfield at the start of the race. And we were just following the start. This is crazy stuff as the 39 kind of checked up with this Aero Racing Corvette. Looks like he's going to keep him to the outside as we go on to St.Bron and down until they go onto the Mistral Straight. We're now go back to the action at the front as 32 Roger Lamborghinis to go for a look on the 42 Ambrose Milan Ferrari. Giovanni Rota wants a piece of the action himself and wants to go by the independent run Ferrari as they're going down into Tour into Village du Pont. But looks like Ricard also is going to hold station here, but Frankie Van Nijverk is not having any of it. He's going to go for the lead himself and lead this race. Independent leading the race is going to be 15 points if he will maintain this lead for the 2-hour duration of the race and win it. As Giovanni Rota is going to see if he can take a look on Matteo Rossi at the chicane here as we go past Verrier. It looks like the group here at the front is beginning to pan out a little bit, trying to stretch out that gap. Because after Monza and that turn, and that lap 1 incident, that was about as stretched out as we saw of all these races, as Matteo Rossi is trying to get around on the outside at the end of the chicane to go into St. Bron. But Giovanni Rota did find a bit of an advantage on there. He's might have been a little bit of contact with the 42, but he's going to make it through here at Le Col. Got it better on the exit of that chicane. He's going to go through into P3. In front of him is his main rival, who he did make contact and take out of the race at Monza, and was given a controversial 30-second penalty for it. Sandro Nari did not like that, as Ricard also going to take a look on Frankie Van Nijverk. He's looking on the inside. He's going to change his mind going to the outside. And now he is defending from the 26-28 Ferrari as they're going to go under braking for Bauset and Sainz. Looks like Frankie Van Nijverk is going to maintain the lead. Carlos is going to go to the inside though. He's got a better line on entry. But he's going to be on the outside for Bendor and Frankie Van Nijverk is not going to hold maintain position. 26 is going to go around the outside and a little bit later and going to get that lead. As John Zimmer is now going to take a look on Giovanni Rota, but Rota has him covered pretty well. Looks like there has been some action in the field. This is race winner from Monza, Gerald Pereira, win the backfield at Sainz. As one of the Aero Corvettes, oh, he's going to get tipped and spun out by that Aero Racing car at Sainz. Looks like he tried to make it happen on the inside, but that is not going to be happening as Andoni Garrido is going to get a 50-second penalty for that spinning off Gerald Pereira in the factory lister. As we're seeing one of the Chris Short 575s who qualified really well. This is the 54 Chris Short car being driven by Pierre Mantovani at this point, and he is behind the 62 Zonda and in front of the Poyo Vittori lister. This is for some pretty valuable independent points. These guys are not in that lead pack as we see him go around onto the Mistral Straight again, but he's going to try and make as much progress as possible. This is the best run we have seen out of these cars all year, as they're now going to go onto the Mistral Straight for another time. We are going to move back up to the battle up front with Ricardo Lossa having the lead. Giovanni Rota is in P2. Giovanni Rota has a little bit of fire under him after that collision with Lossa at Monza. He's going to want to make this pass precise and just make Lossa know that he is not someone to be taken lightly. As Dan Stravolvik's going to take a look on Rota anyways as they go up to Bauset into Bender. Van Volek has the outside, but Rota's going to block him out. He is not going to let that pass go through. He is clearly set his sights on the 26 Corvette, as Frankie Van Nijverk is having a pretty good battle with John Zimmer for 5th at this point. They are side by side as they go into Tour, as Matteo Rossi has gotten 4th back, as John Bovey in the Kuhn 575 has gotten past Antonio Fazio in the Silvio Lamborghini, as Des Vogt did take a look at Virage Dupont but did not get as good an exit, and he might be under attack by the 42 Ambrose Milan Ferrari at this point. As we're going into Verrier, Matteo Rossi is going to take a look on the inside. Oh, there might have been a little bit of contact there, but he's going to stay on the outside now. It looks like there's an ill fag out at Verrier right now. We're finding the Matthias Keller Ferrari. Look at the 5 just got all wrong, and 39 just checks up behind him, and he's going to get punted up the back by one of the factory Corvettes. It was not Ricardo Lossa, it was his teammate in the 25. It is Alfonso Ribeiro going to get that 50-second penalty for punting off the 39 really unnecessarily, as we see the Gerald Pereira lister of Gerald Pereira going through into 29th place. As we're seeing Matteo Rossi in the 42 Ambrose Milan Ferrari just get completely blocked out by the 31 Rosenforth Zonda in the 0 Vittori lister, as Giovanni Rota has gone past Ricardo Lossa and into the lead. This is now his time to try and make that gap as large as possible. But he has that long Mistral straight to deal with. And he is not, and Ricard Lawson is not going to make that gap as big as Rhoda want it to be. But Rhoda is going to maintain that lead as we complete another lap here at the Paul Ricard circuit, replacing the Le Mans Bugatti circuit, because that circuit just did not have very good track quality at the chicane section from turn 5, turn 6, past the Dunlop Bridge, which is normally part of the Circuit de la Sarthe. As Ricard Lawson is going to take a bit of a look here at the chicane. He's going to be on the inside for third part of it as they go take the right-hander and go uphill to St. Biron. Looks like Frankie Van Eyck to take a look on Dan Savard. And there's contact between the 26 and the 28. 28 did leave him a bit of room, but 26 was just making his presence known to Giovanni Rhoda. As there's contact between the 0 and the 32 in the background as well, as they begin to run down the Mistral straight. Looks like the 32 lost all the momentum in that exchange, and looks like he's going to lose position to a 31 Rosenforth Zonda. Looks like this is going to be one of the better runs of the Zondas after they had quite a tricky reliability issues throughout this early part of the year. Looks like Giovanni Rhoda is going to potentially take a look as they go into sides. He's going to go around the outside. He's going to get the door shut on him by Lossa as they're going down into Bifset. As Matteo Rossi is going to take a look on the background on that Zonda. Looks like Dennis Volbeck is going to be on the try and take a look on the inside, but on the outside for Bendorf. He's going to get the door shut on him again as Matteo Rossi in that Ambrose Malafrari has gone past the Zonda, but Frankie Van Eyck is side by side with the 31. They're going to be a pretty good battle going into Tour, as we are following the other Chris Short Ferrari, who is right behind his teammate, about 4 cars back, between one of the Arrow Racing 7, who we were on board with at the beginning of the race. In front of him is the other Ambrose Malafrari, the 41, who is not doing as well as his teammate, who was right at the battle at the front of the field in the top 5, scoring really big independent points. Now, these teams have scored big or at all in the teams or drivers or independents, and this could be a big race for them. As Dan Savard has finally gone around Giovanni Rhoda as they go into Bendor and Village. They're going to be side by side, but 28 has got a little bit better exit and trying to shove them to the outside, but they're going to keep side by side. Looks like the 0 did get a better run. As they're now going into the Tour, they are side by side. It's going to keep Matteo Rossi at bay, but he's going to try and take a look anyways. They're going to go under braking for the slowest part of the track, Vlash Dupont. It looks like Dennis Vallard is going to make that pass stick, and he just got P2. Now Matteo Rossi and Ambrose Malafrari is all over Giovanni Rhoda. John Zimmer trying to pick up the pieces as well. Looks like Zimmer and Rossi are going to be side by side as they are going to go into Varia. We are following the 73 JLD Stadium, which has a new driver pairing for this round, as Tommy Douglas has his F2RWRS commitments, as he is, in many senses, their sport director, and to keep all the children, teenagers, as you would at bay. He is being teamed up by Just In Case, as Ansavonic goes by Ricardo Lossa at Zions, and he's going to keep it at 5 set. It looks like Giovanni Rodenbeck is going to go a little bit wide. Matteo Rossi is following, trying to get a better amount of momentum as they go into Bendor. But this is going to be the first time that Vittori Lister is going to lead this race. They have shown a lot of potential so far this season, but haven't really been able to execute it, as Wakana Morioka is going to take a look on the Arrow Racing 7 car of Jean Magnus and teammate Olivier Gardin. It looks like he's gotten the inside at the chicane. He's going to take a look at Saint Baron, and he is going to make that pass stick, and there's some good independent points on the line right there. After Jean Magnus and Olivier Gardin did score the perfect 15 at Bathurst, it's like everyone else is trying to make up as much ground as possible while they are deep in this pack, as we see Raphael Molden on the second IBR Ferrari deep in the pack as well. As Carlos is going deep to the outside, trying to block Giovanni Rhoda. Is also going to go trying the inside on the 0, but 28 going to be on the inside. There's contact again. Front left to right rear. Looks like they both keep going, as Zemmer's going to take a look on Matteo Rossi on the inside. They're leaning on each other quite well around here. Not really spinning each other off unintentionally while doing all this good racing. As Matteo Rossi is going to get a look on Rhoda on the inside at Bendor. He's going to make that pass stick. He's going to go into P3. As it looks like Antonio Fazio has been pulled back into the battle. He is currently in 6th place. He's going to take a look on Zimmer in the background as we go into Virage DuPont. Matteo Rossi's going to take a look on Ricardo Losa anyways. He did not get as good exit as well, but they're going to be side by side going down the pit straight. 26 gives them a little bit of a chop. 42 backs off a little bit. It looks like the 28 is catching up, back up to our pole sitter as they're going to go into start another lap. It looks like Ricardo Losa is going to want to take a look on Dennis Vavovic as they go into the chicane again. But he's going to go on the inside, but he's going to be on the outside as they make the run up to St. Pierre, but it might not matter anyways. But the Zero is going to shut the door on him. He's trying to make that over-under move work as they go down into L'École. But Matteo Rossi's got a good run going out of there, and they're going to run down to Mistral Straight, and so did Giovanni Rota. Is going to go side by side with Matteo Rossi. Here is the 77, which did make the contact with Matthias Keller earlier on in the race. That 15-second penalty means he is right at the back of the field at this point. Right around him is the Gulfstream of Saeed Al Faisal, the other factory Corvette, and the other factory Lamborghini, and the best in the world Lamborghini, which is being driven by Caterina Lopez this weekend instead of Dulai, who is currently in Austria as well for the F1 RWRS race. Matteo Rossi and Dennis Vavovic are in third and second respectively. Giovanni Rauda is in third. Ricardo Losa has dropped down to fifth during the exchange that we didn't even as well, and there's a spin. 42 has spun out the Zero at Virage DuPont, and the 28 and the 42 are going to get away. That bunch up the field right back there. We're going to need to get a replay of that. We are on board with the 42 as they're going into Virage DuPont. 42 did go on the inside, but looks like the Zero cut him off a little bit. But 42 did really not have much to go outside room on the inside, just leave himself open to other cars to go on to attack him. Looks like that's going to be something the stewards will have to look into either right now or later on in the race. But this is going to let Giovanni Rota escape from the field, as well as Matteo Rossi, who did escape as well. But it looks like Dennis Vavovic did not lose as much time as expected. He is to go only to fourth, leaving John Zimmer in P3, as it looks like we have some teams getting ready in the pits. Looks like both Chris Short cars are going to be the first one to take new tires and new fuel and new drivers at this point. It is going to be Andrea Mercedes and Peter Chang going into the car. Another car that did pit early was the 27 with Dennis Spignoli now behind the wheel of Belgian. This is going to be a good car to look out for. See if their pace on new tires is going to be good enough to jump up right up the field. The other cut did work for them in Monza for at least the first stint, as Matteo Rossi has caught up to Giovanni Rota on these worn out tires. The Michelins might be wearing out a little bit better than the Pirellis on the IVR factory Ferrari, because they have slowly catching up to Matthias Keller from front. As the 42 is going to take a look on the inside of the exit of the chicane to go into St. Pierre. Looks like the 42 did get a better run on entry, could get better run on exit. Matteo Rossi is going to hold that lead as they're going to continue on to these first round of pit stops. Giovanni Rota is going to be pretty happy with himself that he has gotten second and a pretty good gap at this point. As we're going to go onto braking for Virage DuPont. Looks like Giovanni Rota's going to take a look on the inside anyways, but Matteo Rossi is going to change his mind, go into the pits, get some new tires and new fuel and new driver in the car. As the pace of Dennis Spignale and Andrea Messina looks pretty good at this point. They might be right beside the driver replacing Matteo Rossi. It's going to be Olivier Jones at this point, who's going to replace him as they go onto the pit straight. Right now we're going to see who is going to be out first, as John Bowley is going to be holding them up quite a bit. Looks like that is Matteo Rossi, who has already exited the pit lane. That is the 41 Ambrose Lawn Ferrari just exiting right now. Looks like the Ambrose Lawn Picker has done a great job in getting out the 42 car into clean air. But looks like it's going to be a bit of a chase as the 28 is pitting for their first stop. Looks like it's going to be Frederick Maxim Vogler going to pit right now. But this is your current leader at this point, the 42 Ambrose Milan Ferrari, with Matteo Rossi giving up his seat to Olivier Jones. As we go onto the pit straight now, we're going to take a look to see if Frederick Maxim Vogler can get it out quickly enough into the thing. He is right there. They are side by side going on at the end of the pit straight. Looks like the 42 is going to make it through. Yes, he has. Is John Bowlby going to make it through? Yes, he has as well. But see who else is going to make it through. It looks like his teammate Dennis McNally has also made it through. Needs to try and make it around John Bowlby. John Bowlby blocks on the outside, but he's going to go to the inside anyways. He's going to make it happen. Pretty bullish move by Dennis McNally, the Belgian. As they're going to go into the chicane. Looks like Andrea Messini is also going to take a look on a Frederick Maxheim Vogler. But what a great job by the Ambrose Milan crew and the IBR 27 crew. They have gotten their cars out in clean air and they're going to keep pushing on. But here are the last cars that are going to pit in a couple of laps time. There's the 0 of Dennis Pavlovic and the 26 of Carlo Lossa. They got themselves some great fuel mileage. Or they're just going to try and sit on this car as much as possible. See if they can just keep the wear rate on the second and third stint down as much as possible. But Andrea Messina is all over Frederick Maxheim Vogler at this point. He's going to try and take a look on the outside. But he's going to make it happen. Even if John Bowley is still there, he's going to chop off Frederick Maxheim Vogler. He's going to go through into what is going to be third place. He's going to go around John Bowley as well, who has also yet to pit. As he go around into Boset and onto Bandor. It looks like Frederick Maxheim Vogler just is not up to speed at this point during the race. He is probably on cold tires, probably just a little bit cold-brained at this point. As we're seeing Andrea Messini just roll off onto Village and into Tour, as Olivier Jones is currently got a pretty handy gap over Dennis McNally. As the 0 and 26 are going to do a battle for the lead. 26 is going to go into the inside at Tour. It will go to Village to Paul, but 0's going to bet the inside there. Behind them is the 2 laps of Doral Prairie cars as they're going to both pit at the same time. A little bit of contact there as they both merge into the pit in line. They're going to keep it going, and they're both going to pit for their first time of presumably 2 at this point. We're going to be following Olivier Jones as they go onto the pit straight, and we're going to see if they're both in the pit lane at this point. We're going to take a look over there. Yes, they both are. As with the Orico listers, looks like they have lost quite a bit of time in being quite tardy going into the pits, as Olivier Jones now has quite the gap over Dennis McNally. Probably about a second and a half. Out go the 0 and the 26 in was going to be P4 and P5. There is the 41 Ambrose Milan Ferrari going out. That is Jacques Malenfant behind the wheel. He's going to get in front of the 26. It looks like there's a little bit of damage on the front of the 0. Might have been from that contact as they entered pit in. The 41 is going to take a look on the inside, but just not close enough to make that pass happen. Jordan McKenna is going to take a look on Jacques Malenfant instead, but he is as well too far back as he's going to be on the inside for St. Bernard, but he's just not going to be close enough. John Bogey has a new teammate for this race, and it is Bobby Lomack, American racer in Grand Dam in Proudly Touring cars. He is holding himself, well, pretty good, but at this point he is holding up quite a few cars. He is holding up one of the Rojo Lamborghinis. He is holding up Frederick Maxheim Vogler. He is holding up Enrico Molinaro. He's actually holding up both of the Rojo Lamborghinis as the 15 car goes through. The 02 goes through on the inside. Looks like the 28 is going to go through as well. It looks like the 02 is going to go run a little bit wide. A lot of smoke coming out of there. Looks like cold tires are going to be a little bit of a factor as well, as Jan Settner has already gotten through. Helena Valveri is right behind Bobby Lomack. Looks like he's just a little bit slow getting used to these really high-powered GT1 cars. As Olivier Jones has now been caught up by both Andrea Messini and Dennis McNally. Dennis McNally to go to the inside. Looks like they're going to be going side by side on the pit straight. Looks like the 42 to get a better exit off. But it's going to leave that Chris Short car right on the back of the factory Ferrari 550 as they're going to go into Verrier. The 27 takes a bit of a defensive line, but he's going to leave himself very much open for an attack at the chicane. 27 is going to take a look on the 42 anyways, but Andrea Messini is going to take a look on the 27 as well, as he's going to go on the inside here at the end of the chicane. He's going to make that pass stick. He's going to force the 27 to back off a little bit, shut the door on him. He takes a little bit wide to block the 27. Andrea Messini is going to go into second place. But in front of him, Olivier Jones still has the lead, as Enrico Molinaro is working with the 2 Rojo Lamborghinis to try and catch up to this lead pack. The Rojo Lamborghinis have had the upper hand on the Sovelo factory cars over this weekend, as Darren Carnell is stuck in the mire of the midfield, as the 32s could take a look on the outside as they go into Bandor, but he's not going to make that pass happen. She is not going to make that pass happen, pardon me. Helena Balveri currently behind the wheel of the 32 Rojo Lamborghini as Jan Setner is front of the 15. As Andrea Massini is now trying to work on Olivier Jones as they're going to go on the inside at Bendor. There's a little bit of contact, a little bit of a bump in and run, but he's going to make that pass stick going into the village. That is a new leader for the race, as Dennis Bignoli is now going to take a look on Olivier Jones here on the inside of Tor, but he is basically get the door shut on him. He's going to get another chance here at Virage DuPont, but Olivier Jones is going to take a look on Andrea Massini as well, but Andrea Massini is not having any of it. He's going to get a great exit, and he's going to lead this lap for Chris Short Racing. One of the back market teams has really shot up the field during this race, and they are doing a great job holding their defensive position. The 41 car, Ambrose Milan Ferrari, Jack Malafont is up in the top 10 at this point. He has dropped back behind the 0 and the 26 at this point. Looks like they have gotten up to pace, and now they are trying to catch up to these top 3. Andrea Massini is holding up a pretty good defensive line at this point as they're going to go down into Village. It looks like Dennis Bignoli is going to want to take a look on Olivier Jones as they go down into Tour and Virage DuPont. Andrea Massini has been doing a huge job getting this to work for them on this undercut. We paid fortunes for them and the 27 as Alexis Tantovic now taking a look on the 27 as they go complete another lap here, as we see the sun slowly beginning to set here in the south of France, as Jordan McKenna has now also joined this top 5 scrap, as it were, here for the lead, as Olivier Jones is going to go to the inside. Dennis Bignoli is going to follow him as they're going to go into the chicane. They're going to be side by side. Looks like there's a little bit of a rub. A little bit of a payback for earlier on in the race. Looks like the 42 is going to get through, but the 27 is going to get blocked a little bit, as they're going to both follow that wider line into St. Bronx, but it'll be pretty good on the exit as well. It looks like the 42 Ambrose Malafretti has retaken the lead. We are following Helena Balveri in the second Roger Lamborghini, who has gotten past Enrico Molinaro. He's going to get all crossed up at turn 1. Enrico Molinaro is going to have nowhere to go, and that's going to be 2 places lost. It looks like here comes the Onyx Lean. It's going to be a 3rd place lost, as Milan Vukovic is going to go through pretty cleanly. Here is the second of the Chris Short cars, who is mired in this pack, being held up by Bobby Lormack, who's going to get a little bit of a hurry up by Unai Vieira in the Pollo Vittori lister. Looks like these guys have not really had an opportunity to get past that Kuhn Engineering Ferrari at this point, who was really holding up the pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 10 cars being held up here. As Andrea Massini is currently trying to get past Olivier Jones. Again, needs to go to the inside on the chicane. Needs to be on the inside for the second part, but on the inside for the third one. He's going to hold the ground, and he's going to be side by side going into the final part of the chicane. He's going to go into St. Bras. He has gotten the lead again. Andrea Massini is standing tall and standing proud on the lead for this British team in a pair of Ferrari 575s. As Enrico Molinaro is now being attacked by the Rosenford Thunder, being driven by J.P. Laurent, as Paul Ricard is busy in Austria as well for the RTCC. But it looks like Enrico Molinaro is going to hold his ground, as the 41 Ambrose Milan Ferrari is still quite far back behind the top 5 cars. He must be just waiting for that battle pack up there, just crashing each other, so he can just easily pick up pieces and pick up those very valuable independent points. He is currently outside that 1 bonus point, while his teammate in the 42 is going to pick up 4 bonus points, but the leaders can pick up the maximum 5 and rocket themselves right into this battle for the Independence Trophy, as looks like Dennis Bignoli has dropped back into P5. Looks like the 0 and the 26 are right in the battle for third again, but it looks like Andrea Massini is going to be standing tall at this point, trying to get as much TV time as possible. This is the best run they have had all year by far. This is a great run for these guys and gals over at Chris Short Racing. It looks like the 26 and the 0 are going side by side again as they go down to Village. They have not been separated since the race began. It's going to take something pretty drastic to get those two cars apart at this point, as they're going to go side by side all the way down into Virage DuPont. Looks like this is going to be the spot where that position is really going to be decided. It looks like it's going to go into the Vittoria Zero, currently driven by Alexis Tantovic. Looks like Enrico Molinaro is going to be first to pit for the second stint of stops, being followed by that Rosenford Zonda. Looks like the trouble. It has struck the Zondas again. It looks like one of them has already retired with an engine failure. The 25 Union Saver Corvette has the intention to stay out long alongside Ricardo Losa and the customer listers, who all have a really good shot at some good independent points. We need to see if they can make some good points come out of all of this. Andrea Messini is going to hold on to this lead as they're reaching the end of this current stint. Looks like they'll keep Andrea in the car at this point. As they're going to see, yes, he's going to pit as well as the 42 Ambrose Milan Ferrari. This might be the pit up decides the race for a lot of these cars. As you see the Rojo 32 in the background as well, also pitting at this point. You see the 42 come out. There goes the 32. We have not seen the Chris Short car yet. There's the 7 Aero Racing. There's the Chris Short cars now as we see the Aero Kings Viper come out past. Looks like there's the 15 Rojo who hasn't pit yet. The Sovolo that has pit yet. They have pit yet. Sorry, my correction. It looks like the 32 is going to be a big gainer at this point. It looks like the 42 Ambrose Milan Ferrari with Matteo Rossi back behind the wheel. Frankie Von Nitrick is back in the 32. These guys will be the ones to watch as we approach these final laps of the race. The second stop was left pretty left as they got pretty good mileage in these first 2 stints. Some of the teams are going to try and lead to this last lap as far into the race as possible so they can get a 1 lap dash to the finish, get as fresh tires as possible so we can get the attack going. As we see Alexis Tantovic already looks like he's going to be the last car to pit. Looks like Jordan McKenna has already pit this point. At this point, unless that is him up ahead, I can't really tell from my vantage point. He is going to be pitting, and we're going to need to see where he is going to be on exit. We're following the 42 Matteo Rossi and Frankie Von Nitrick are behind the wheel at this point. They're going down the Villanova Tour. We're going to be watching the pit exit, see if they will be the leaders. So this will be the scrap for these final 3 laps of the race. There's not much time left. That last pit stop did indeed come as late as many teams were expecting at this point. So it's going to be a straight fight between these 2 independent cars. Looks like there is the 26 in the background as well. He's going to be 3rd at this point. Looks like Dennis Voigt is exiting out now. He has not gotten as much out of the car in this end of the second stint as possible as Frankie Electric is going to get all crossed up and very. But this is the chase now. The chase is on for the Rojo team to see if they can overcome the Ambrose Milan Ferrari and get themselves an independent and overall victory. Says currently going to Matteo Rossi and Olivier Jones. The full 15 points for the independents are on the line as well. But this is the big chase that's going on with Ricardo Losa, the 41 Ambrose Milan Ferrari with Jack Malafont behind the wheel and Dennis Van Valwijk all picking up the wick at this point, trying to catch up to the top 2 as they have caught up to each other at this point. They're really going at it, hammer and tongue at this point. As you see the second Rojo car, the 15 with Adrian Rojo Fernandez behind the wheel at this point. We're going to be following Andrea Messini, who has dropped back after that really slow stop, which is disappointing. Looks like he is ahead of the 31 Zonda. It looks like there was a bit of a problem there. It's got all checked up. At the first point, looks like it's going to let the 28 IBR Ferrari go through on the pit straight. It's going to go side by side. Looks like the 28 does not actually go past. As we're going to see the Aero Kings Viper, who's actually running pretty well at this point. P17, probably their best run all year after had a pretty tough going. Looks like there's a problem in the car though. It's going reverse upon. They're going to stop when the exit. Looks like a problem in the brakes or the suspension. Looks like they're going to be on a pretty safe part of the track, and there's not going to be any yellow flags for that retirement. Tough luck for the Aero Kings team. As Frankie Von Nitrick gets caught up all over Olivier Jones, he's going to make contact. He's going to rough up the 42. He's going to use that as a bit of a bump and run, get past a little bit of a cheeky move there, but whatever works at this point, because these points are very valuable for these teams. This is money on the line. This is deals with sponsors, deals with their team, with their OEMs respectively on the line here, and this win could do wonders for them down the line. But Frankie Von Nitrick now has a lead with that brave and bold move as they now complete another lap of the Paul Ricard circuit. There's not much to go as Matteo Rossi is going to take a look on the inside at Varier. Looks like Frankie Von Nitrick was not clean. He was a little bit shaky there in that flat out corner as they're going to go under braking for the chicane. Matteo Rossi is going to go to the inside. Von Nitrick shuts the door. Looks like there was a little bit of contact there, or just Matteo Rossi just a little bit shaky under power at this point. He's going to go around the wide lane as they go into S.p.A and onto l'école and onto the Mistral Straight. He's going to try and make another chance happen here as they go around to Signs on this long Mistral Straight. But Ricard Losa must be enjoying this. They're losing a lot of time in the battle for the lead, and is allowing these top 3 cars to really make up as much time as they humanly possible at this point. So we're gonna go on board with the 26 pretty soon here, and we're just gonna see the gap and just shrinking right in front of our eyes. We are just going down into the chicane right now. They're battling right now as is, with Frankie Van Nijverk being on the outside. Looks like he's gonna hold off the position for now, but looks like Matteo Rossi's gonna get around the inside at S.p.A. Looks like that slowed up the 32 quite a bit as they're gonna go down into the Mistral Straight. Looks like Ricard Losa might be just in enough room for the draft as we're now going into the closing sections of this race. I've been notified that there's going to be 2 to go once they cross the start-finish line at this point. As Frankie Van Nijverk to go on the inside at Virage DuPont. They're going to be side by side with 2 to go at the line. 3rd, 4th, and 5th are all right there. They're going to have really one shot to make it happen once you go to the white flag if they keep battling like this. They go around to Ferry for the second to last time. Looks like they're both pretty good as they go through. We're going to go under braking for the chicane. Frankie Van Nijverk's going to go to the inside. He's going to be on the outside for the second part. A little bit of contact there, but he's going to be inside again, and he's going to make a look on this last part of the chicane. He's going to make it through. We have a new leader. Frankie Van Nijverk's going to be in the lead in the 32 Rojo Lamborghini. As they're going to go down to l'école and onto the Mistral Straight. Ricard Losa is right with them now. As the light turns on, he is going to be in the draft. Dennis Vivalik has joined them in the draft as well. This is going to be as best of shot that Ricard Losa is going to be the first repeat winner here. Matteo Rossi's going to be on the inside though. He's going to switch over to the outside. He has got a great run as they go down the hill on the Mistral Straight. He's going to take a pretty good look here at Signs. He's going to go to the inside. Looks like he's just going to get chopped off a little bit by Vivalik. He has lots of chances to go as they're going to go under brake for Bousset. He's going to go to the inside. Looks like Ricard Losa is going to run very wide as they go around through, but Matteo Rossi is going to be on the inside. He's going to be on the outside for Bendor. He's going to have a pretty good run. Shuts the door once again by Frankie Van Nijverk as they go down the hill into Village. Ricard Losa is also right there. He can make a look here at Tour and Virage DuPont. Matteo Rossi is going to go to the inside. Ricard Losa is going to follow. He's going to go even deeper on the inside. Ricard Losa is going to be on the outside for Virage DuPont. As Matteo Rossi is going to be on the inside of Frankie Van Nijverk there, side by side. Matteo Rossi is all shaky up at the exit of Virage DuPont. As going to Frankie Van Nijverk to attempt to get away. White flag is out. This is the final lap. As Ricard Losa is trying to make a little bit of room on the inside, but Matteo Rossi has shut him off like at the beginning of the race. There's contact between the two of them at the chicane. Oh, that could have been a huge accident, but they both kept together. Great work by both of them. As Dennis Vivalik is now taking a look on Ricard Losa. Ricard Losa is going to take a look on Matteo Rossi on the outside. He's going to be on the wrong side of the corner, but he's going to be on the right side for Dennis Vivalik. As Matteo Rossi is going to be on the inside, he's going to make this pass stick as S.p.A. The Ambrose Milan Ferrari 42, our pole sitter, is in the lead again, but the 32 is in the world of hurt. There's contact between the 0 and the 26. Huge contact. Look, the 0 got some air. It looks like the 32 Rojo Lamborghini has lost the draft, and he is in a world of trouble. He now has 2 of really fast, really hungry cars with some fresh tires under them. All over him. He's going to have a lot of trouble blocking them as they go on the signs. Looks like Matteo Rossi has clean sailing up to this point unless there is a huge lunge coming up. There are still 3 or 4 chances to go for second, third, fourth to make it happen. 32 and the 26 to go way wide. They're going to get a great run going into Bendor. As 26 go to the 36 to go to the inside of the 42 at Bendor. There's contact again. He tried the same move twice, but the 42 was having none of it as they go down to Village. The 0 is going to take a look on the 26 as they go down into Tour as well. 0 is going to be on the inside of the 26. The 32 is going to do a little bit of blocking on both of them. This is the last chance to make it happen. The 26 going inside 32, but he is too far back. As Matteo Rossi, Olivier Jones are going to win it in France for Ambrose Milan Racing. Wow, what a last couple of laps there. any of those top 4 cars had a real shot to win this thing. And it looks like the pole sitter will come out victor and score 15 points in the Independence Trophy. Matteo Rossi and Olivier Jones will come out on top for Ambrose Milan Ferrari. Frankie von Nijpdork and Hello Barberi put in quite a fight right at the end there. Dennis Van Moik and Alexis Tantovic did overtake for Carlosa and Jordan McKenna at the end there, but that is the best run they have had all year. Joey Alliot and Jack Malenfant take home 5th for the second Ambrose Milan team. That has some good points for them in the team's trophy. Bacana Marioka and Milan Fukovic do take home 6th on their Onyx Celine. That's the best run for them all year. Adrian Rojo Fernandez and Jan Zentner in the Rojo 15 also had a really good run today, but Adrian Rojo Fernandez almost saw a victory come this close for him in those last few laps. Antonio Fazio and Rico Molinaro come in 8th place in the best of the factory Lamborghinis. John Bovey and Bobby Lormack come in P9 after that pretty hesitant second stint by Bobby Lormack. They did recover in the third stint and did get 2 points for their troubles. And rounding out the points, in 10th place it'll be Giovanni Roda and Frederick Maxime Vauclair. After their pretty good run in the first stint, they kind of dropped back in the second and third, but still managed to hold out for some pretty good points in the end. We head to North America for the 5th round of the championship. We're going to Canadian Tire Motorsports Park in Bowmanville, Ontario.